Could a law passed in China actually reach you even if you live thousands of miles away? China's new ethnic unity law says yes, it can. Here's why, and let's break it down. It's called the Ethnic Unity and Progress Promotion Law, China's newest law under President Xi Jinping, passed on March 12th and in effect since July 1st, 2026. The law contains 65 articles, many of which have raised concerns among Tibetans and rights groups. In this explainer, we focus on 4 key areas of the law that have drawn the most attention: identity, language, religion, and its reach beyond China's borders. First, it seeks to reshape how ethnic identity is understood in China. The law calls on Tibetans, Uyghurs, Mongolians, and other ethnic groups to build what it describes as a strong sense of community for the Chinese nation, placing a shared national identity at the center of ethnic policy. Second, it changes the legal framework around language. Under Article 15, Mandarin is given priority in education and government affairs. While the law says minority languages are respected and protected, it also states that when Mandarin and minority languages are used together, Mandarin should take priority in position and order. Third, it expands state oversight of religion. Article 46 requires religious groups, religious schools, and places of worship to promote a sense of community for the Chinese nation, follow the policy of Sinicization of religion, and guide religious activities to adapt to socialist society. Critics say this could further increase state control over religious practices, including Tibetan Buddhism. Fourth, and one of the most internationally scrutinized provisions, is Article 63, which extends the law's reach beyond China's borders. It states that anyone living outside China could face legal consequences if Beijing determines their actions undermine ethnic unity or create ethnic division. Beijing frames all of this as protection and development, equal rights for all ethnic groups, and continued investment in poorer regions. Officials point to new schools, infrastructure, and job programs in places like Tibet and Xinjiang as evidence of that commitment. But the law's reach goes well beyond schools and language. It also links ethnic affairs directly to national security, calling for action against what it defines as separatism, extremism, and terrorism, both inside China and abroad. Critics say the law gives legal backing to policies that were already being implemented in minority regions. They argue that putting these policies into law could allow authorities to enforce them more broadly and with fewer limits. In Xinjiang, this builds on years of mass detention documented in Uyghur communities. In Inner Mongolia, a preview came in 2020 when new Mandarin language mandates in schools triggered mass protests and a purge of local officials. In Tibet, it builds on existing restrictions around religious teaching and Mandarin medium education. The concern isn't limited to human rights groups. In June, United Nations Human Rights Chief Volker Turk called on China to repeal the law, warning it risks violating multiple international treaties China has ratified and could deepen restrictions on language, religion, culture, and expression for ethnic minorities. Whatever this law is ultimately called, unity or assimilation, it's now in effect, and its impact is likely to be felt for years to come in Tibet, Xinjiang, Inner Mongolia, and beyond.